Thanks everybody for coming back and welcome to Value Chain Minutes. We've been speaking with Shane Hellsten about the Apps Associates solution supporting attribute-based planning. So in this session, we're going to discuss how to combine the two techniques of attribute-based planning and the back-to-back order processing together and how they work. So Shane, if you could give us that explanation, that would be great.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me again. So what happens is the standard flows in Oracle from a back-to-back perspective, they create a supply document, again, whether it's a transfer order or a work order or a purchase order, and it directly creates that reservation to the particular sales order. But at that point, the train stops there. So if you want to propagate the sales order or any other attribute of demand upstream to these supply events, again, such as the work orders, the transfer orders, the back-to-back flow doesn't actually create those documents and up for multiple echelons across the supply chain and stripe them with the attribute in question. So whether it's a sales order or a customer number or a specific site for a specific customer, but using attribute-based planning, we can extend that back-to-back flow using these upstream links to include other execution documents. So think about this. So you have a downstream distribution center which takes sales orders. And whether if it has some light manufacturing, it could create a work order associated to it, or the back-to-back flow automatically creates a transfer order, which directly creates that reservation to it. But again, the train stops there because you need to carry that customer, the sales order number, or any other relevant attributes that you deem important, such as country of origin, to other manufacturing activities and fulfillments in other inventory organizations to stripe those documents with that information, which ultimately end up on a work order travelers. The back-to-back flows, again, they don't do this, of course. So in comes attribute-based planning to the rescue. So in your planning cycle, Supply Chain Planning Cloud sees the transfer order in this example and at the plant, and you can set up attribute-based netting and striping rules to take these into consideration. So using these custom attributes, you can tell planning when you're creating planned order suggestions for manufacturing or transfers or purchase orders for that matter, to stripe these documents with the chosen attributes that the company cares about. So when you release these orders out of planning, the execution documents will be striped with these attributes and you can use them in execution, such as putting onto the work order traveler or a shipping document for transfer orders. And they live there forever for traceability in the future. So once these documents are created, they come back into planning for the next round, and there's netting rules to ensure that the supplies that you created for those specific customers match against those demands for them downstream. Conceptually, it's like creating a multiple level supply chain reservation without actually putting in the hard reservations themselves, because the attributes act as those netting attributes. So the netting logic acts like this and enforces the supply and demand matching across planning cycles, and you get that traceability upstream. And there's no stealing of inventory this way either.
Well, thanks for that explanation, Shane, and thanks for explaining how the two solutions work together and how attribute-based planning helps supplement and enhance those processes. So that was very helpful. So in the next sessions, we'll be talking about discussing what the prerequisites are for attribute-based planning, along with typical customers and the values they have seen, and probably most importantly, some of the lessons we've learned. So please don't forget to provide feedback on this session or any other sessions that you'd like to see. And don't forget to sign up for our YouTube channel. Thanks again, Shane, and we'll talk to you next time.